What's going on, beautiful people? It's Bryn, and I'm back with another video. This week, I wanted to cover something that the majority of us beings feel the need to have from other beings, which is closure. We want that sense of an ending because without it, we're just filled with a bunch of uncertainty. We will tend to drive ourselves insane with a bunch of what-if scenarios and unanswered questions. Not having closure is so uncomfortable because most stories always have an ending. And those stories that don't have an ending, you always feel like you deserve an ending. You deserve that ending that, even if it's not the one you wanted, it's some kind of ending to that story because the story was closed off. If you leave on a cliffhanger, it's like, well, damn, you're left with so many possibilities that can happen. There is no certainty on what's going to happen. So I guess every story does have an ending, but what if this one doesn't? Do we really need closure? Yes, we want it, but do we really need it to suffice? Some people feel like they can't move on without closure. They can't go on and forget about things, forgive and forget about things without having that closure from the individual, or even if it's not a person, just a scenario that had no ending to it. Think about it though. You know less than what you know more of. Huh? I gotta think about that myself. My point is, the world is full of more uncertainty than there is certainty. For example, we as humans have only discovered 5% of the ocean. Majority of this planet is ocean. So for us to only discover 5% of it, that means we only know like 0.3% of the world? That's a whole lot of uncertainty right there. That's our entire planet. And we only know, I don't know statistics, but we only know my made up number, 0.3% of the world. And we live in this. So just imagine how much uncertainty you can have as an individual. It is absolutely okay if you don't have the closure that you wish you had. Yes, it would be great if we all had that closure and that ending to our story, but it's not required for you to move on from anything or anyone. Whether it's a relationship, a job, school, like if you got kicked out, fired, dumped, cheated on, you don't need that closure to move on from any of that. Yes, it will lead you to insanity at times. It can definitely take you there and take you somewhere you really don't want to be, because then you'll just start blaming yourself on that situation, and most of the time it's really not your fault. But sometimes it might be your fault. Either way, you don't need that closure. You don't need to know if you were right or wrong, or if they were right or wrong. Just move on, because there's no point in dwelling on something that you already got over, moved on from, they moved on from. Even if it's not a person, it has moved on from. Like any scenario, you don't require that closure to move on. And no matter how you feeling, you know, I'm not one to tell anyone how to feel or how to act, how to be. But, you know, all my videos are my experiences on life. And the way I see it as, you cannot control the things that happen to you that involve other people. You really can't. So if someone were to just walk out of your life, or someone were to remove you from theirs without any explanation, I guess you just gotta be cool with it, especially if you're ghosted. You just gotta be cool with it and move on. And you know, what is the point of dwelling on it, being so worried or upset about it if it is what it is? You gotta live life. Live like Larry. Live like Larry. And like I said, you know, it is okay to have those 30 questions if you don't have that closure, because as beings, we are curious. We want to know things. If you don't want to know things, then how will you grow? How will you learn, first of all? Where's your brain? What are you using it for? For real though, just don't dwell on it too long. Don't allow it to bother you, to consume you, because the more you worry about it, the more you revolve your life around that, the more it consumes you and kind of takes control of your life. It's like hanging from a rope. The longer you hang on, the longer it hurts. But when you let go, it doesn't hurt anymore. You let go of all that pain, everything you were hanging on to, and when you drop, you just felt free. All that tension in your muscles released, you relaxed, your mind was set free. And that's all you gotta do. Nobody's forcing you to hang on to anything. It's all up to you. If you feel the need to let go, then let go. If you don't feel the need to let go, then hang on a little longer. But just know it's gonna hurt. So just keep that in mind. No one has the right to rush you into doing anything, but at the same time, it's all up to you and what you do with your time and how patient you are with yourself and how quickly you can move on from something. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below, maybe even comment some topics you want to hear, anything you want to hear me talk about, or what you liked hearing me talk about already. I'm always open to talk about anything because at the end of the day, these videos are for you to see. So as always, have a good day everybody, be safe and stay woke.